anyone watching that
Okay.
one. All right.
So it's on the.
Yes, it's going. You
On
can,
the Facebook
yeah,
page?
there it
Okay,
is.
let's see.
We are live on, what do we got? Discover Oregon Real Estate, Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We've got this experimental thing going with the green screen and kind of our floating table. And I just want to start by saying thank you to you, Tracy. By the way, El Presidente of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce. Let's see if I have my proper sound here.
Oh no.
Welcome to the show,
Oh, no.
Tracy. We really appreciate you.
Oh
We're
my
truly
gosh.
thankful to have you here.
Thanks.
So,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, absolutely. Tracy freaking rocks. She kills it as the president chamber. I know. I thought you would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And had we not scared away our, youth with all the lights, camera, action, me. There's a chance that we're tuning in here, you guys, from the Boys and Girls Club of Corvallis. Our hope in using this podcast studio here in the Boys and Girls Club is to inspire some of our teens to show up and engage with thought leaders and entrepreneurs in our community and ask questions. Maybe that'll happen today. Maybe that won't. But we at least get to hear from you.
Cool.
And so thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I know you're expecting a huge live audience, but we at least have a small live audience. So thank you to our live audience. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Okay. Enough antics. Enough. All right. Settle down, everybody. Okay. Tracy.
Yes.
Who are you? and what compelled you to show up on a podcast today?
Okay, well, I'm the CEO of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, and I don't know if I was compelled to show up here. I was invited.
Okay.
So, hi you. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. You've been killing it in this role. Like you're
thanks.
really doing an amazing job. I'm curious how this came to be. How did you find yourself doing the job as the CEO of the chamber?
Yeah, so I was previously working at Early Winery doing marketing out there. Loved it, but kind of was trying to figure out next steps. And one of the things about that job that I really loved was the events and getting those ready for like more charitable type events.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew my next role, I wanted to do something that was a little more impactful in the community. And so when I went and kind of sought out other jobs, I was very particular about the ones that I was doing. And then when this one came up, I don't know, when I was like going through the process of applying, I'm really close with my mom and I was talking to her about it. And I was like, I don't know why, but this feels like my job. And then it ended up being my job. So, and it's worked out really, really, really well.
Well, you're have nothing but positive remarks and positive regard from the community.
Cool.
And I know it's probably not without a fair amount of effort that you've put in to build the relationships you have. So why do it? I mean, you had a good marketing gig before. Yeah. Why push yourself to move to this next echelon of leadership?
I mean, it's kind of comes back to that community impact piece. Yeah. I thought what I was doing out at the winery was kind of smaller level. And with this job, I knew it was going to push me outside of my comfort zone. I'd get more involved politically, which, if the kids do come in, this probably isn't going to be the most fun.
Oh, let's get the boring stuff out of the way.
Yeah, so
we've got at least a few adults watching right now. So. Okay.
But yeah, and it definitely has done that. And I've also just the friends I've made so far. I've met so many nice new people. Everyone's really enthusiastic about also supporting the community. So just a lot of us have a lot of shared same passions, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What has been the most challenging part of stepping into this role, would you say?
I would say probably my schedule freedom, because it's now you kind of say you're working the 8 to 5 or whatever, but because I'm constantly networking, in the beginning, I just said yes to everything. And now I'm finding that I need to make sure I take a little bit of time to kind of give back to myself a little bit,
Yeah.
just because in the beginning you have all this energy, you're excited, and you're like, yes, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. And now I'm kind of like, wait, I need to slow down. It's catching up to me a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it seems like you're everywhere, like you're doing everything always.
Yeah.
So for some of our live audience that is here, and just a refresher, we are interviewing the CEO of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, which means Tracy basically knows all of the business people for any business. And so for young people that are interested in any kind of business out there, you've gotten to meet a few business leaders. And this is a totally unfair question to ask, but I'm going to ask anyways. What are some favorite experiences you've had so far in meeting all the people?
I mean, honestly, the Christmas parade was so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be in a highlight for sure. And just like everybody that came out to help with the float and like build the float. I know that wasn't a chamber event, but it was just to see the community when you were on a float and thousands of people just like so excited to see you there. That was so fun. I don't know. It's like, because every week everything feels new. Celebrate last year was so fun too. I was only like a few weeks in at that time, and just all the recognition and winners for everyone that's doing outstanding things in our community. That event, super cool too. So I don't know.
We got another one coming up in March.
Yes,
right? It's coming up in March.
Excited.
So shameless plug for the Celebrate Corvallis. What's the date that people need to mark their calendars for?
March 14th.
Okay.
And we have a new venue this year, so we're actually going to be at Prax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be super cool. And tickets are up. Yeah, not to plug it, but
no, we can plug whatever we want here.
Okay.
Technically, this podcast is sponsored by Discover Oregon Real Estate. We're in the Boys and Girls Club studio space that Door sponsored because we want to facilitate the discovery of community, legacy, and adventure through real estate everywhere. And very few people do that as good as you, Tracy. You do a great job helping connecting our community. And so this is just a way for us to shout you out and shout out to the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce. There is new life. There's new energy in Corvallis, really in a huge part thanks to you. But we also see this revitalization of downtown.
Oh, yeah.
I know that there's a lot of different people that are contributing to that energetic flow. But what do you see on the horizon? Like, if you're putting your crystal ball out there for what's happening with Corvallis business, specifically with downtown, is there anything that you see going on the horizon there?
Yeah, I think one of the things, a lot of other cities have put a lot of financing into their downtowns, and they've built in systems to do that. Corvallis traditionally has not been a city that does that. So I am on a task force with the city council, the mayor, other business owners, and the DCO and the Visit Corvallis. So I think we're all understanding that downtown does need some vitalization. And we are in the hopes of creating a task force that's getting out there, doing outreach to the community. We really want to do some change in downtown, help support it. We already are seeing some cool things that were in the makes before I even got here, like the new Gordon Hotel going in.
Yeah.
There's the whole new Van Buren Bridge and that whole project. And one of the things, I was listening to Paul Bellotta, actually, one of the city planners at Corvallis. He was talking about how traditionally downtown, it was kind of constrained at certain streets, but with a lot of the new buildings that are happening on Van Buren, you're starting to see downtown shift and have more growth in that direction, which is pretty cool, So it's just, there's an excitement around downtown and the growth opportunity. And I think this is one of the first times, just historically, that we're starting to hear people want to talk about economy and business health and retaining those businesses and watching new things come in that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like I'll use like Greenhouse maybe as an example, like a coffee and plant shop that does all these cool after hour events. So there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline, new housing developments, mixed use, things like that. So super excited in the next couple of years to see what grows out of there.
So I'm wondering if any of our live audience had any special requests. If you could wish for any business to come to Corvallis, I wonder if you guys have any votes. You'll think about that.
New food, restaurants.
I know I would to see there's a couple things. There actually has been a lot of diversity added to downtown, but I would love to see what Lee's going to bring in to the plaza.
Oh yeah. So
because that food model that he's created there, like I know that obviously there's Everbowl and coffee culture, but I'm curious to see what really going to fill out the space, because there's like 4 other food options just in that one space alone that could actually, be servicing downtown.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious too. So I have a few other questions, just like on a personal note. So origin story for you, like to show up and be connected in Corvallis, like this is home for you now, I presume. But where did you start? Where did your journey start?
Well, I've kind of grown up all over the US. We moved around quite a bit. So I've lived like Nebraska, New Jersey, Colorado, Washington, everywhere. But when I was younger, I did live in Lake Oswego, and I just always remembered loving how green and beautiful Oregon was. So in my 20s, after I graduated college, I had an opportunity to move to Portland. And I ended up living downtown Portland for quite a long time. And then I had gotten a promotion through work, and that's what kind of brought me down to this area, which is funny because my brother actually went to school at OSU. I mean, I never did. So I wasn't familiar with Corvallis. Just work took me to this area.
Yeah.
So we kind of laugh now how I ended up where he maybe started, but I love this area.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could see myself being here, maybe forever. I don't know. It's so beautiful. I love it.
It's hard to beat Oregon. It's hard to beat Oregon.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Corvallis goes, we do have some commotion here from our live audience. Some real frustration about a local business that left that they'd like to see it come back. Do you have any control over how we get GameStop back?
Oh man, I don't. I mean, I know I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, dang it.
How do we get GameStop back? Or is there something else that could come and fill its place?
Well, there is the new 90s arcade. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys have been to. No, we're getting no's on that
Okay.
one. What else?
Have you gone to that 90s arcade yet?
No, I haven't gotten, but I just got like a $5 coupon. So I was
Okay.
like, oh, I might need to spend
Will
that.
you let me know when you go? Because I haven't got there, and I'm
Oh, you
like
wanna
next
go?
door to it, and I'm like, I don't want to like be the adult male that just walks in there
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, we might need to borrow somebody's kid.
Yeah.
So we
It's-
can or we can take yours.
So how do you respond to these? I know that you're the president or the CEO. I'm sorry. So is there a difference between president and CEO? You use them interchangeably?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I put it out there to everyone that you're El Presidente. Kate Woods commented, by the way, online that she's so excited about Celebrate Corvallis. Me too, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Kate, we love you. Thank you for your sponsorship. We're super excited.
Kate Woods rocks. So as you get these like requests from people, whether it be our youth here today or people from the community, like, hey, can you bring this business back?
Yeah.
Obviously that's not the nature of your work.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I am really there to advocate to make it easier for businesses to come to Corvallis. But with that being said, if you have things you want me to try and reach out to, I'm not opposed to that. It's funny, Dave & Buster's is up there.
Yeah.
I love that place.
Yes.
So I might need to put some feelers out for that
Yeah.
place.
Let's
So
advocate
fun.
for Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
It started here. If you see Dave & Buster's show up in the next year,
Yeah.
you had some sway in that.
Yeah.
Now, how cool is that? I think that one of the most powerful things that we can do as a society is empower people to realize that they actually do have a voice. They have a sway. They can be a player. Like this thing that is Corvallis is not static. It's being co-constructed every day, all the time.
Mhm.
And how we show up, how we engage, how we support each other's businesses, how we make our voices heard, it makes a difference.
It does.
What would you say to our younger generation who's like wondering what imprint can they have on community? How can they start getting
Yeah.
involved now? What would you say?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is to care about each other, and be present with each other and find ways to support, your passions that are community based. I think it's so important, because I found like the older I'm getting, my interests do support the local community. So whatever, for example, I play volleyball with Parks and Rec, but Parks and Rec is so big, it's so massive. And it's like, well, if I don't support them and their mission and things that they want to do, then I'm not going to have volleyball anymore. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like, or when I look at, you and I have had talks about like, houseless and
Yeah.
homelessness, and that doesn't just start at the people that don't literally have a house. That starts from the very top and like making sure that people that are starting a new family have homes, people that, are single, that are looking to buy their first home. There's a whole trickle down effect. And I didn't realize how big the impacts just go generationally.
Mhm.
So, as a young kid, I really think just get involved in any activity that encourages, to take care of each other.
Yeah.
I think, whatever it is, but have an interest,
Love that.
show up, be present. Those are things I think are so important.
Love that. Well, we do have a question.
Sorry.
Do you guys want to ask this live? I think this is a great stepping back from work. We got to ask a non-work question. You want to go for it?
Yeah, ask a question.
I believe
Love
in
it.
you. You got it. But you got to introduce yourself first, so we know who you are. You got to come on. We got a live guest. Once you put on your headphones, I'm going to play a sound for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's going to be great. This is Tracy, by the way.
Hi.
You want to put the headphones on, then you can hear. It's going to be super funny. So remind us of your name again.
My name is Anthony.
Anthony, welcome Anthony to the show. All right, our first brave guest here. You can wave in the camera so people know you're real. We're not making up. There's Anthony's hand. Anthony, thanks for engaging. By the way, this is your second week in a row of having the courage to show up on literally a live interview happening right now. And Tracy's pretty well connected, but I like that you're taking things a non-business route. So what do you want? What do you want to know?
What do you do when you're not working?
Yeah, when I'm not working, I have a dog. I know, and he's a little crazy. He's only 3 years old, so I like to take him hiking. That's one huge thing that I love doing. I mean, I don't go super long distance hiking, and then I also play volleyball. And my mom lives in the area, so I try and do a lot with her. I hang out with her friends. I call them the senior group because they're a bunch of seniors, like grandparents. But they're fun. Yeah, I don't know. I hang out with my friends a lot. We do like fire pit nights when it's cold and do s'mores, and probably it might be stuff you guys do with your families. I don't know.
Anthony, what do you do for fun?
Yeah, what do you do?
Like maybe call my friends and hang out session.
And what was the last part? Sorry.
I usually call my friends and maybe like plan a hangout session.
Oh, cool. What do you guys do when you hang out? Do you game, or what are you guys into?
Sometimes we play video games or like go somewhere.
That's cool.
So when you said Dave and Buster's, I don't know who wrote that up there, but he did. So you're thinking Dave and Buster's, would that be a pretty sweet place to get the homies together? So we need a cover for this trip to the 90s arcade. Have you guys tried that at all? You guys not into any of those old school games? I feel like they're making a resurgence, right? Like, isn't
Maybe
pinball?
Pac-Man?
yeah, Pac-Man. I feel like Pac-Man. You can get 4-player Pac-Man. See, when I was growing up, the first-person shooter, couch when you're all sharing on the couch, whether it's Mario or even like Mario Kart, where you get 4 people on the same screen. The split-screen games, that's where it was at.
Oh, also Duck Hunt's a good game.
Yeah, there we go. See, that's what we need to bring back. Is
I like
more
the Switch, like Mario Party.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you play that?
Oh,
So fun.
I played it with my family before this.
I think we should find a way to get all of the chamber competing on like a Mario Kart marathon.
No,
No.
Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario
Mario-
Party.
or Mario
Mario
Party,
Because
yeah.
Mario Party is like for like a group, like if you have friends over and you want to play a game, that's the game to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
the Jackbox games too? You can play those online.
Matt Kendall says GoldenEye 007 and 64.
Oh.
Thank you, Matt, for that. I appreciate that because you're right. That was one of the greatest games of all time. All right. So not to get too far off on the video game track, although we could talk about that all day. And I know you're into Clash Royale. Are you guys still playing Clash Royale around here?
Yeah.
How many crowns you got?
I forget sometimes.
Because you're just racking them up so much all the time. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I don't know about this game at all.
Okay. We'll have to introduce her. So if you could ask, since you're here, we'll put you on the spot. And then I've got one more question for you, Tracy, before we run out of time today. But if you could ask a leader, in this case, Tracy, who's connected with all the businesses in Corvallis, if you could make one wish of her beyond Dave and Buster's or GameStop, and this would be like for the future of Corvallis, what would you say?
Tough one. Maybe more like fun stuff, like arcades or like jumping place, Sky Zone.
Sky Zone. How do we get a skydiving place in
That'd be
Corvallis?
so cool. Or like Top Golf.
Yes.
Have you been to that yet? That's so fun too.
I think so.
It's like the bowling for golf.
Yeah.
So I have a question on that topic, Tracy, and I've been thinking about this. Like as you're kind of planting your flag, you're setting up your long-term goals. If you could have your imprint that you wanted to have on Corvallis business and commerce over the next year, what would that look like?
Man.
See how I'm putting on the
I
spot there,
know, this is
Anthony?
he's asking me all the hard questions. Oh gosh. I mean, I honestly I would love the chamber to be in partnership strong with like the DCO and Visit Corvallis. We're just starting that relationship, but where we could all come together and help make a movement or a shift as we see needed in the community that would help businesses. And whatever that might look like, I'm not sure at this point because it's still early stages, but I would like us to be strong, partnering with the city, moving forward on some of the huge concerns that we're having. I guess that would be it. I kind of feel we're at that starting phase. So, hopefully in a year or 2 years from now, we're all like, hey, we are showing these results. So whether that's opening a Sky Zone or something,
Yeah.
but that's easy for a business to come and do. And all of a sudden we're like, we can open these things that we in the past have just been like, we've never even thought to do something like that.
Yeah.
I think it would be super cool. So
Amazing.
know.
So if you had, I'll wrap with this unless Anthony comes up with anything else to ask. If we could like put a measurable to, like you feel like, okay, I succeeded at what I wanted to do in creating collaborative effort in Corvallis around business and around that community. What would be some of the ingredients of change that you would like to see show up within our business community?
Ingredients of change. I'm not sure how to answer that question. I mean, I'd like to see downtown not have vacancies.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a large selection of, retail, restaurants, activities. I'd like to see events down there that are easy, that people really want to go to,
Yeah.
And just people walking around a lot. I just want to see an energy. I want to see the waterfront activated. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Have access to that with views or whatever. I don't know what that would look like, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd just like to see more energy.
Well, I can tell you what. We have another. We have another question from the audience that also added. What about a drag strip?
I thought we had not a drag strip, but
Yeah.
I thought we did have a drag show.
Yeah. So,
Common
all right.
Fields.
Thanks, Matt. We appreciate your engagement as always. So whether it's drag strip or Dave and Buster's, would you be interested in a drag strip?
I don't know.
Like racing?
Oh, I thought you
No,
drag show.
that's no. The motorcycle. Yeah, just to clarify, we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
speed cars.
Everybody, my bad.
Yeah, drag
Sorry.
racing. A strip for drag racing. Now I know that there's only so much you can control, but I just want to say thank you because I think the energy that you have brought to the table has attracted more energy. Absolutely. And I just feel it. I feel more interconnectedness. I've never personally been more involved in the chamber than I am now, going to more events, like even the lunch and learn today that we did actually here at the Boys and Girls Club. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
like, it was such a really, really good thing. And yes, Matt, we did clarify. We did clarify that.
I'm not a big car person,
So-
as you've just found
Yeah.
out.
Well, we at least know you're into video games enough to join us at the 90s arcade. So maybe we'll have to figure out an event that we can host around that.
Ooh, monster truck thing I would go to though. Tell Matt.
Okay, monster truck rally match. So you can get her in for that. But what I want to just encourage all of you guys with on behalf of Tracy, supporting the Chamber of Commerce in your local towns, whether you're in Corvallis or in whatever town you're in, engaging with your local business, it does make a difference. I mean, this energy is co-constructed. So we really appreciate, seriously, Tracy,
Yeah.
the energy that you're investing into our
Oh,
community.
Thanks.
It does make a difference. It does bring more commerce in. The rising tide raises all boats.
Mhm.
To wrap us up, for our young entrepreneurs, we have people who want to make video games. We have people who want to maybe start their own businesses
Yeah.
one day. What advice would you give to a young entrepreneur
Mhm.
who's looking at wanting to break into their community, but ultimately just wants to build a successful business,
Mhm.
something that could support a future family?
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom you'd like to leave us with?
Yes, because I love creatives and entrepreneurs. I think they're amazing. As a creative or an entrepreneur, you guys just don't stop and don't put a box around your ideas. Don't let yourself have walls. Like I think ideas can get bigger and go places, and especially with creative types, who knows what could come from it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is AI is coming out, and so now there's all these like things. Not to go off on a tangent, but I'm like, but we taught AI, so
Mhm.
think of if we can create a program that's doing all these creative things. That was all humanity that taught that. So where else can we go? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess just don't take no for an answer. Seek it other places, and definitely don't put yourself in a box.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, you heard it here first. Tracy is going to bring Dave and Buster's to Corvallis,
Maybe not, dude. I don't know.
or some local spin-off version that maybe is spearheaded by some entrepreneurs. Maybe it's an extension of what we already have going there. Just kidding. That's off the record. She did not actually commit to that. In all seriousness, though, I just want to shout out the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce. They are a growing organization. Your support means the world to them, I'm sure, here in Corvallis. And whether it's your desire, Matt, to see a drag strip show up, or Anthony's desire to see more video game or get together options with his friends, I know that you believe in our community, and we're all here to make it better. So thank you very much, Tracy, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anthony, for being our guest host. I appreciate it. Thank you, Michael Avery, working behind the scenes, helping me evolve the studio space with some new lights and stuff, which may have scared the other children away. So, Anthony, again, thank you for your courage. Was it a little intimidating coming up with all the lights?
Not really.
No, it's just no problem with you at this point. Well, you're brave. Maybe
Feel
tell your
it.
other friends that we're not gonna bite them. Okay. And shout out to the Boys and Girls Club for letting us use the space. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Tim, here to help you find your people and find your place.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.